Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome inside a exciting brand new edition of our little Yankees podcast. First time ever, we're doing a little bit of a live Yankees pod, and it's going to be pretty exciting when you really think about it. You know, the fact is that the Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles are going head-to-head. We have live Yankees baseball. I'm Julian Coltree, joined alongside my main man, Eric Ray Sepulveda. He is stressed already because the New York Yankees are on. And we figured
not a great start.
Without Josh here, yes, a great start. Without Josh here, and obviously we do want to send our condolences to Josh. He had a family personal matter to take care of. As I said, when Poppy Tito died for E-Ray, we're an OLIP family, and we do give our condolences to Josh, and we hope that everything works out with the family issue they had to take care of. But when he wasn't here, I figured, why not kind of do something fun? Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's do the first ever live episode of OLIP. Yankees are back, so we could watch the team go head-to-head. We could talk about what has happened in opening weekend, and we could see Garrett Cole pitch. So if you're watching the game along with us, then we're glad to have you. If you're just watching to hear us watch the game or see our insight, then we're excited that you're tuning in as well. So right now it's obviously the top of the first inning, and Garrett Cole already gave up a hit, and that's why E-Ray's stressed. So there's a man on with nobody out, and you guys probably all know that because you're watching already. And if you want to watch a live Yankee game with Eric Ray Sepulveda, then boy, oh boy, are you in for something tonight?
This is Jules. This is what the people wanted, right? So
this is what I wanted.
We're giving. This is what you wanted. We're giving the fans what they want. So here we are, right? A couple innings. We'll see how long we go today, but we got Garrett Cole on the mound. Baltimore Orioles. They came into this series at first place, sweeping the Red Sox. Yankees got a must-needed win yesterday. The offense finally exploded. We wanted that. Giancarlo Stanton. Your boy, now possibly my boy.
Yeah, late developments that we will get to on the pod.
We will get to that, but a big grand slam yesterday, and this is what we do, man. We love watching Yankees baseball. Now we're watching with everyone at home as well. So let's just get it going.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We're going to be
Higgy,
fast and loose when it comes down to it. Really, we don't have a big game plan. I think we are going to try and talk about some of the stuff that happened this weekend, E-Ray. And, we'll try to keep it loose because at the end of the day, if you can't tune in live here for this event on YouTube, we are going to post it like we usually do. And we are going to put it into the pod so that way you could listen tomorrow at work. But, the fact is it's almost as fun to be able to just watch the game. And, whether it's seeing the play right there with Higgy throwing down to trying to get the guy out at second, or you and I going back and forth about the misery that we felt this weekend, even though it was the first three games of the season, and he's looking like Gary back there, letting balls behind him. And bear with us because when it boils down to it, E-Ray and I are not in the same building. So we have not figured out watching it completely synced up, so I might see things a little bit after him, but it's all going to be in good fun.
You know what I'm laughing at? Because you probably have like idiotic Yankee fans at the stadium. You know, like the ones that really don't really pay attention. They're just there for the game. They're probably like blaming Gary Sanchez for that pass.
Yep. Right now, it's true. Like, how many people do you think actually checked Twitter and looked at the lineup? It was a great pitch from Cole.
That was.
How many people do you think actually like looked at the lineup today and realized that for those fake Yankee fans? And we can name a couple of them. We're not gonna give them the props. But I bet you, based off of what you were thinking, there are definitely a lot of people who probably thought that was Gary.
Especially like at the game, right? They're drunk. They're probably not even paying attention.
No, absolutely. They probably didn't get a Jeter Jamboree beforehand either.
Oh, man, dude. You don't know how much I missed that sandwich. Did you get a sandwich last time?
No, I did. So E-Ray, for those of you at home, always goes, do you know the name of the deli?
You know what's funny? I really don't.
You don't.
No, it's like an unknown thing.
It's a deli. I think it's on 161st, right?
Yeah, it's like, I think so.
It's right next to the
street where the Dunkin' is, Billy's. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So and he goes there all the time. So opening day 2 years ago, we go to this, and he tells me he's getting the Jeter Jamboree, and I think I got the George Steinbrenner. I think that's what it was called. I had grilled chicken. First bite.
Oh, I remember this. I
got a gummy piece. I had to throw the thing out. Gummy chicken is the worst thing in the universe, and it was awful.
Oh, nice play. Come on.
See?
Let's go.
Nice. There we go.
How you get out of an inning, even though it's a second out, but still.
See, you're ahead of me. I'm not loving this.
Wait, how far am I ahead of you?
You're like a good 1 second ahead, but that's okay. This is for the fun of it. So I'm gonna know if something good or something bad happens.
I mean, I can.
It takes place.
I can always tone it down.
If I could go to cable right now.
You'll be watching tomorrow's game.
See, but
you know what? I could go to Roku and I could be on yesterday's game. So we have we have different modes here that we can do. So
all right, so crisis averted because they get the last out. Let's talk about while Cole gets ready for this final out, and we can talk about how we're going to go forward. I think the best thing is maybe recap some stuff and do some pod stuff in between innings when it's the commercial break.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm down for that.
And so there you go. We have it figured out a little bit. Cole,
we're doing this on the fly, baby. That's great. We're live, pal. Right? Let's just wing it.
This is the experimental episode of OLIP. Everybody has their experimental thing. The Beatles, when they did the White Album and Revolution, they had their experimental album. Other bands, other baseball players, they have experimental time. This is our experimental episode. It's me and you, Higgy. Nope. Bruce making the play. Nice. See, there we go. And that's the end of it. So let's go into some discussion here, because now we're going to the bottom of the inning. Opening weekend misery when it boiled down to it. Opening day, Yankees leave a small army on base, don't get hits with the runners in scoring position. Then the awful extra innings rule with the man on second. Judge doesn't make the play on a ball that he admitted he should have had, and then they lose that game. Game two, again, they don't hit at all. And we were furious about their inability to break the game open, but didn't hurt them. And then in the game on Sunday, it might have been the capper in terms of just frustration regarding the way that the offense looked in those first three games. I think I had actually read the stat that they had where they batted below 200, and I think they left 29 men on base over the course of the weekend.
Against the Blue Jays? Jesus.
Yep.
I mean, they literally left off right when last October, right? Yeah, it was it was pretty brutal to watch. I know you were very angry I was angry too, but for some reason I was like still okay. I was calm and collected still after Sunday, even though that game was atrocious.
It was awful.
So far, I guess one of the positives though, right, Jules, is the pitching has been superb. I think
it's been unbelievable.
What was the stat? I don't have the starters ERA, but the Yanks bullpen so far, also again without Britton and Wilson and Chapman missing 2 games, 0.48 ERA, 1 earned run, and 18.2 innings pitched. I mean, Loaisiga, Michael King. We could talk about him. We can talk about. I mean, Nick Nelson gave up. He was kind of put in an unfortunate situation there. But everyone else, I mean, has pitched phenomenal when it comes the pitching wise when it comes to the Yankees. It's just been the offense that really, other than last night, you said it over the weekend was just terrible. But we are back to 500. We have Garrett Cole on the mound. It's the first inning started off pretty bad, but we got out of it, and that's all that we can call for. And hopefully, I just want Garrett Cole to just shove it, and this offense to carry on like they did yesterday.
And it stinks because in opening day he was really good. I mean, I think he mowed down 8, 9, 10 in a row until he gave up that home run to Oscar Hernandez. And outside of that, that's the one pitch he wants back. The Yankees probably should have, could have, would have won that game if that hadn't happened, even though they hadn't hit. And that's what kind of stinks about it. They didn't break the game open. Yesterday, they obviously did with the Stanton homer. And as I tweeted, I was hoping he hit it into another dimension, and he definitely did.
Yeah.
But before that, they didn't break it open. They've lacked the ability to get that clutch hit in the playoffs. And I think that's why it was so frustrating opening weekend. Yes, it's game 1, game 2, game 3 of 162. But, when you've seen the same old script, it's annoying. It hurts. It's a pain in the butt. And that's why you hope that just for the beginning of spring, going into summer, what DJ hits, man. Always
there we go.
Yeah.
He's starting to get it going now. He's starting to get it going.
Whether it's spring, whether it's summer, you hope that they can come.
When we wanted to, again, back to DJ and like how critical his signing was. I mean, right, the last couple games, and I mean, whoever's watched the last couple seasons with him, this is what he does, man. He just hits, and that's why he was such a priority to get back. And such a priority in that lineup. He's so critical to that lineup. Right away, Aaron Judge is up to the plate, who I have to say, I mean, he had a terrible first game, then a couple hits the second game, and
but that's going to be a base hit.
That's a base hit. Not great for Kramer there. Did you know I actually have a nugget about Dean Kramer?
Wow. All right.
You ready for this?
Give us the nugget.
So Dean Kramer is the first Israeli citizen to reach the major leagues.
Wow.
How about that?
All right. I applaud you. How did you know that?
I read about it.
All right. Well, I mean, you don't have to act like I just insulted your family.
I know. I'm sorry.
Asked about that. But that's a very good nugget. I'm impressed. I honestly really am impressed. You know what? Reading is the key to success.
It is.
That's what my wife tells me all the time. Oh. And you know what? I agree with her. It looks like he's,
Looks like he's kind of.
He took it right off. It looked like his butt.
Yeah. So he's not having a good time right now, though. He's trying to shake it off.
I hope he stays in because they're hitting him hard.
They are, yeah.
Selfishly, but.
Also, so this is his second appearance against the Yanks for Mr. Kramer. He actually made his major league debut against us last September, and shocker, he went 6 innings, 1 hit, struck out 7, 3 walks, his first career win against the Yankees. He also put down the Yanks in order in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning. I mean, we always make the joke that the Yankees, if you want to beat them in the playoffs or any game, just throw a guy that they've never seen before.
Yep.
Kramer did that, so he beat us last time. So far, if he stays in the game here, not a good start for him.
Even
see though, the Yankees just mash him.
Even more credit if you can throw a power righty against them who they've never seen, because then they'll really have no shot of being able to hit them. It looks like he's going to stay in there. They had some guys warming up in the pen, but I don't know. He's going to throw his practice pitches, I guess, to get it there.
Yeah, I mean that was a missile. That was really hard.
Oh yeah. You assume as soon as it comes off a Judge's bat, and that looked like it was hit hard, that it's upper 90s, if not lower 100s when it comes to the exit velo on it. So
I'm trying to see what the exit. Okay, I got it. 110 mile per hour.
All right. So imagine taking a 110 mile per hour ball off your backside.
I can't even imagine taking 20 mile per hour ball.
No, me neither. Here's the thing. I would be afraid of getting hit with like a 70 mile per hour fastball in the batter's box. And that was a fear of mine during my terrible baseball days back in the day. But
yeah,
I could not imagine actually being a major league pitcher. And you think sometimes you're safe because it's hard to hit you, but when they get creamed, it's always incredibly unfortunate because it's always like out of nowhere too. That's why you get so afraid when you see these guys like take them off any part of them.
Oh yeah.
And it's even more impressive when they like field comebackers and stuff like that,
I
especially because of the
think
way they're moving and stuff.
speaking of, I think like I was listening to Michael K show a couple of days ago too, and we'll get into it eventually. But like when they were talking about Stanton Boone and stuff, it's like this guy a few years ago literally took a ball to his face,
Mm-hmm.
and like he got back up there, and he's still like if I got a ball thrown to my face or pitched to my face and I get hit, like I'll probably never step foot in the batter's box ever again.
Me neither.
I'll be like I'm done. And here he is, Mr. Brett Gardner.
Yep. 3-hole Guardy.
Yeah.
All right. Give us a patent Gardner short porch homer this bat.
I'll say this. I'd rather have Brett Gardner right now. I mean, I'm not sure why Brett Gardner's in the 3-hole. I mean, we've seen it last year too. The Yankees just always do these things where they don't want to.
Boone's obsessed with breaking it up.
He is.
I think he's gotten to the point.
If you're
now
a
where he's
lefty, you
obsessed
have
with
to be in the 3rd hole, even though if you're not the best hitter. Usually you have on other teams, like you have the best hitter as the 3rd guy in your lineup, but not the Yankees, which is interesting.
That's because they have no good lefty hitters who are upper echelon hitters.
Yeah. Oh no. We just got Odor, which we'll talk about too. And
that's true. And I know what you were going to say, which is right now you'd rather have Brett Gardner in the lineup over Aaron Hicks. And I said that this weekend in the OLIP group chat that we have.
You did.
And I was only half joking when I said it, because at this point, if you want him because of the lefty, I mean, it feels like Hicks is like he's trying to get walks when
he's not swinging the bat.
Just came naturally to him. No, he's taking pitches, and he got a walk yesterday to put Stanton on. But it's like, I don't want you to just look for walks. I want you to get on base because the walks come, as opposed to,
I have to be honest though, it's not just. I mean, he's looked brutal. It's not just him though. We've seen a lot of New York Yankees like this in the last 4 games, like fastball, like hitter counts. They just kept the bat on their shoulders. Like yesterday, Aaron Judge. I mean, we were.
I think we might have lost E-Ray a little bit here. So already experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties during our Yankees live watch. So if that's possible, E-Ray might have to come back on into our Zoom, but we'll let him know as that hits. So you're stuck with me now for the time being, which means that I get to do my favorite thing, which is stall, and B, I get to watch New York Yankees baseball with my friends. So we got a 2-2 count here with Gardy getting the opportunity to go at it. Nice curveball. See, finally, Mr. E-Ray wound up leaving. We'll see if we get an opportunity to get him back, though. Three-two pitch, baby. All right. Bases juiced again for Stanton. We got to get E-Ray back in here so that way we can get him going. Let me see if we can get it. We shot our text out there so that way we could get E-Ray back in here. And now let's see. Can we get G back into the game? Here he is. The man, the myth, the legend.
Am I back?
He's back. Right before Stanton's bases juiced at bat.
You see, I guess
thought was so.
I heard you say it. I heard you say it. This is what happens right when we're live. I mean, we might have difficulties of me.
Oh yeah, technical difficulties. That's okay. But here's the thing. That's why we're working the kinks out, and that's why we're having fun, man. And that's what the masses expect if they're watching us. So let's see what we got here. I don't know if you saw this as we're watching his at bat, but apparently Stanton did an interview with A-Rod back in 2018 where he said his favorite pitch is a 92-mile-per-hour fastball that's like middle height, and that's obviously what he got.
That's what he got. Yeah.
I saw. I want to say it was Jack Curry who tweeted it, but that's what he got, and he took it for a yard. So we'll see if he does it again.
Those are 2 pitches there. Let's see.
Are you on a 1-2 count like me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was the pitch, man.
We don't know if he probably got booed. We're not watching on
Our volume's down.
that was right down the plate, Stanton.
Yeah,
Come on.
he definitely got booed. There's no way they didn't. That's brutal too, because now they're not going to get hit with runners at scoring position.
Come on, Gleyber. I feel like when the Yankees had the base load, no one out. Like I don't want that at all. Was it like a couple years ago? Where was it? Probably 2018, which we hate that year. But wow, this guy's just painting right now. Well, he wasn't painting before. Those were that was a good pitch though. Swing the bats, Yankees. Swing the bats. Swing the bats, Yankees. Swing the bats.
All right, what do you think? Come on, Gleyber. Give us something.
What do I think? I have no idea. I want them to hit it, though. Oh, here we go.
This is what the people came for, seeing E-Ray right now.
Can we just get one goddamn run? Like, that's all we need right now. Just one run. You have to start lowering your expectations when it comes to the Yankees, and it's bases loaded, no one out. Then it's 1 out. Then it's 2 outs, and it's like
just don't hit into a double play for the love of God. Oh my God!
Woo!
I want to start seeing some big hits from Gleyber. Tatis. He's done for the year, probably.
Gleyber he didn't have a bad weekend, though. He got a few hits.
No, I know, but I want like a monster
you want
hit from him. I want the big ones that announces like Tatis isn't here, so I'm the new face of baseball.
Wow.
That's what I want. I want something that's juicy from him, you know?
Just give me a little bingo here, a little base.
I can't believe Stanton struck out. He definitely got booed. I'm pissed about it, man.
I know.
You know for a fact
he definitely got booed. He definitely got booed.
He just hit one last night. Give the man a break.
I mean, I've been given. I wasn't the biggest Stanton fan, but now I've been.
We're going to talk about that next break because it will be a perfect point for it.
That is, yeah. Especially since he definitely just got booed. It'll be great.
Yeah, because for 100% he got booed.
It's like people forgot about last October, but what can you do? Or last night even.
Yep.
Come on, Gleyber. Kramer's 20th pitch of the inning coming up.
They got to jump on this guy.
Oh, that was the pitch.
Yep.
He's throwing pitches that we should hit.
Yep, it's true. Here's the thing: the Stanton pitch they struck out on was a fastball that he should have belted.
Yeah,
knew it was coming, and that looked like an off-speed pitch that just hung in the middle of the plate. It was
exactly.
86.
See what Severino's calling for here.
All right, come on, Gleyber.
He didn't go. What?
Oh my God!
Are you kidding me? He did not seem like he went.
That was an awful call. Let's see.
Oh, he went.
Yep, he definitely went. Yep. The bat was.
I actually always do that. I'm just like, he didn't go, and then they show like the side angle. It's like, oh, he went maybe.
Yep. It's funny because I feel like 90% of the time you can't really tell until you actually see the replay. It just is. If it's your guy, you say he definitely didn't
exactly.
go. If it's not your guy, you're like, how the hell didn't he go?
That's kind of like when you're watching basketball, right? That's a foul.
Yep. All right, come on, Clint.
Oh my God, can we stop with the check swings?
They're gonna, bro.
So a little stat about.
Don't make me say it.
Stop! Don't say it. A little stat about Frazier. He's reached base safely 8 times in his first 15 plate appearances for this season.
Yeah, he's been good. I have him on my fantasy team.
I know.
Awesome.
I have him too. Come on, Clint. Swing the Clint.
Oh my God, what are they looking at, man?
Whoa, the great Katie Sharp. Gleyber Torres is now 0 for his last 14 with the bases loaded.
Yep, that's what I said. I just said that he needs the big hit, man.
He doesn't get it. That's an awful stat.
Yeah, 0 for his last 14.
What are we looking at? What exactly are we looking at? What was that inning there?
It was, bro. E-Ray.
Jesus Christ! Like what the fuck?
I'm telling you, man.
They don't get the big
live.
They did this so I can get angry live. That's the only reason I'm thinking.
I mean, maybe they knew. But I mean, you're not wrong. They deserve the anger. Think about this. Bases loaded, nobody out, 3 straight strikeouts.
Now I got a tweet.
3 straight strikeouts. It was awful. I mean, we don't even need to talk about anything else right now. I mean, that was it. That's the epitome of the New York Yankees the last 3 years.
Jesus
Christ. They don't get the big hit when it matters.
Literally, your 4-5s again. I know it's early April, but that's just that's just a brutal. You can't get 1 run, a sac fly, ground ball, nothing.
And DJ Judge and their weakest hitter in that spot, Brett Gardner. I love him, but he's their weakest hitter. All got on base. Gardy took a hell of an at bat, got on base. Stanton strikes out swinging. Gleyber strikes out swinging. I don't know what the hell
Clint was guessing
he
up
took
there.
3 pitches. And the last one was right down the middle.
Jesus Christ.
God. Brutal stuff. Just
anyway.
Ugly.
I bet they didn't get booed though. Back to getting booed.
Because we've seen this story before. The Yankees are going to lose this game like 3-0. And that will be the only chance that they get to really tag this guy.
I mean, they had him on the ropes already.
Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the first inning, bro.
You give your ace a couple runs, only like 2-3 runs, and then Cole could just shove it the rest of the way. Jesus Christ. I mean, you get three strikeouts, not even like swing the bat.
And the last one by Frazier was pathetic. That was
we were just saying, dude. We were just saying that the Yankees haven't swung the bat. It's like they're up there, like just guessing or trying to just walk. I just don't get it. That was a very frustrated inning.
You know what's annoying about that inning? More than that, the first 2 people jumped on the first pitch. Yeah. DJ jumped on the first pitch, I think, to get that.
You're right, actually, yeah.
And then Judge definitely jumped on the first pitch when he, hit it off of him to get on base. The only guy who took the walk was Brett, and it wasn't like he was wild. He didn't walk him on 4 pitches.
Yeah, exactly.
It was stupid. I mean, Clint was up there like looking like he was expecting the guy to just walk him in for the run. Stupid.
I'm hoping Garrett could I just want quick outs, man. Like the last game, like he ended up pitching okay, but like he wasn't like dominant. He threw too many pitches. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So I do remember, obviously, back when he was with Houston and last year, his dominance was like second half.
Yeah, he's
always a little bit shaky. I feel like that first like 10 starts of the year, like he's good, but he's not the dominant guy that like pitched for us last year in Game 5, or did what they needed to do to be able to help Houston when he went on that unbelievable tear. I mean, his stuff looks good right now, though.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Even when he's not dominant, he's still like better than like most of the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's the thing: there's no surprise, or there's no debate. One, that he's like miles ahead of anybody else on our staff. But I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find me a better hitter for the Yankees, or a better pitcher for the Yankees versus anybody else right now, ace to ace.
Yeah. So apparently Gleyber Torres is happy that his parents can now see him play. Well,
that's good.
Parents happy there, did you, Gleyber? No.
I mean,
maybe he felt the pressure of his parents.
Are they at the game? Is that what he
I don't know if they're at the game today or if they were at the game this weekend. I just saw an article by Brian Hoke, who
see, no quick innings, man.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Is it Hoke or Hawk?
I always thought it was Brian Hawk.
Yeah, maybe it's Hawk. Yeah, he was saying, he wrote an article saying that Gleyber Torres' parents, and he's happy about it. That they, because of course last year, well, we saw that with Cole, right? Garrett Cole's finally able to see him pitch. I mean, that's great, right? I mean, in the end, I remember like you want your parents to be there, you want your family members to see you play the game you love. So,
absolutely.
And about the fans, man, like last night when Stan hit that home run, like there was I think there's 10,000 fans in Yankee Stadium. When you watch the videos, it sounded like it was like 1,000.
Raucous. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, you know, when we're not used to hearing crowd noise outside of artificial crowd noise for over a year at this point. And two, when they're all kind of confined to the smaller area and there's nobody really, you know, there's probably not as many people, you know, selling snacks. There's not as many away fans who aren't cheering. You know, it probably definitely does sound louder or as loud as it would with 50,000. And, you know, that's probably just the way that the makeup of the stadium is, and, you know, the way that they have people kind of placed around the ballpark, you know?
Yeah. Even though it did seem like, I mean, you can see when you look around the stadium, people are pretty spaced apart, but I can see like in the bleachers, it's probably hard because the bleachers are kind of rowdy anyway. So those fans are probably, because they're not seats, they're literally bleachers. So they're probably just going all over the place.
Yep.
Like fans when it gets crazy and stuff.
It's true.
Now, Josh and we're going to go though soon. We're targeting a date.
Yes. And we will reveal on a future episode of OLIMP, hopefully. To see what it is, but we are going to make the return to the stadium. Now, you just said something to me. Are you pulling double duty right now? Are you giving the fans, the masses, E-Ray Twitter while also doing the live?
Oh yeah, I need to tweet.
They know he's got followers.
Look at this stat, Jules. MLB teams score 86% of the time when they have the bases loaded and no one out.
And the Yankees scored.
Not this team.
Nope. Don't get the put away hit, bro. I mean, think of it yesterday. They had the bases loaded the next inning, and they got one run, I think, on it was either a base hit or it was a walked in run or something like that. But that was the only hit they got.
Yeah.
It went from the 6-0 it was after the Stanton grand slam to 7-0, which was the final score. And they had the bases loaded again. And look, the Yankees don't need to win a game 7-0 versus win the game, you know, 11-0. But you like that. You like them to just pummel teams, especially the O's. It's like, you know, does it matter if we beat them down when we're supposed to beat them down? It's like, I want.
No, you're supposed to beat. You're supposed to beat them. Yeah.
I want to see him kick some ass, man. It was
just glorious. Gas, just inside, nothing to do. He had no chance, Gavis. All right, Cole, what is he at? 28, 29. This will be his 30th pitch. What did he throw last game? I think he threw like 8. He didn't get to 90, right? Did he get to 90?
He was right around the 90 mark, give or take.
I'm feeling 88 maybe.
I'm hoping we get out of this inning. And then they put some runs on the board, man. They need them desperately. The one thing I noticed, and this is what I really want to see, last game, I felt like they were laying off of that, you know, curveball in the dirt away. And you just threw one there and he didn't get the bite on it.
So the Orioles? That's
when you know he's
you're saying the opponents to Cole?
The opponents. That's when you really know he's working it, when they're swinging at that garbage, you know? And they see that's the same pitch. That low and away curveball. I'm still waiting for him to get those over the top.
He got him there.
Yep.
All right, Cole. I think we get to see Tyone's first game tomorrow, so that's gonna
that should be exciting. All right, we will talk during the break about what we said we were going to talk about, even though now I don't want to talk about it because screw this team for not getting hits with the bases loaded.
I felt like that was a fast commercial break.
It was. I agree.
Maybe we were just talking and then
I think we were just pissed about them not scoring. That's more or less what it.
I could have ranted about if they could have been on commercial for 10 minutes. I would have kept ranting.
No, but you know what? We got to see what people love, man.
That's true.
That's what they come for.
They got a true E-Ray like anger right there.
Yep.
I have not. So
see, there you go. Strike there,
baby.
Let's go. All right, finish your thought, my friend.
I said I have not used the desktop punching bag yet this season. I have not.
Show it off.
Show it off. I don't know where it is. Oh, wait. I have it.
See, since we're not doing a more structured episode of OLIP, we're just doing the kind of fun, quirky, fast, and loose episode. You get to have E-Ray walk around. We get to joke. This is E-Ray's punching bag that in big games, when the Yankees screw up, we're in the playoffs, he will tear a new one too, right?
Oh, yeah. I literally will put this and I will against the Rays last postseason. Oh, man. That final night when they got eliminated, this poor guy took a beating, and then I got White Castle, so then my stomach got a beating. So,
yeah, but he always bounces back.
It does.
Can't say the same about your stomach because much like me, you suffer from GERD.
That is true.
Yeah, see?
And let's talk about Sam before.
All right. Well, we can go because the Yankees won't get any runs this inning.
Yeah, that's true.
We have a nice easy inning. So. As we know, and as we've joked about here on the podcast, the Yankee fan, brutal toward Giancarlo Stanton, ever since opening day at this point, despite him having the amazing postseason they had for the Yankees last year and being really good in spring training for the diehard Yankee fans that watched, opening day, I think it was like he survived, I think, maybe 2 at-bats of no boos before the boo bird started to rain down.
I mean, what was he struck out 3 times, 0 for 5, right? But it's like he wasn't the only player that was bad.
I mean, they stunk. They scored 2 runs. They didn't break the game open. And then the entire weekend, he went, in the 2 games he played.
He went hitless,
He went 0 for 10. He was 0 for 10 to start the year. And then obviously got the grand slam yesterday, but the Boo Birds keep running down. So you picked Stanton to be your MVP.
I did.
But even with him being your MVP, you started to come over to the dark side, I guess you could say. That's what we call it over here.
This is the thing.
I am Team Stanton.
You've been Team Stanton.
I drive the bus.
You drive the bus. And now I'm
Yankee days.
I'm at the bus stop now just waiting for
for me to pick you up.
And I might enter. I've started entering, man, because it's just seeing, first of all, we're angry, right? Bases loaded, no one out. I'm angry. If I'm at the game though, I'm probably not gonna boo these guys right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have every right to boo for you got there, you paid for your seats, right? So you can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna tell you not to boo. But I just find it stupid that they're just booing one guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to boo everyone that fails in those situations. Share the energy. Don't just bring that negative energy to one guy just because it's the cool thing to do. That one's driven deep to right. If it's...
short porch me. Let's go. Jay Bruce.
He hasn't
been sexy to start the year, but he's got some hits.
He has gotten some hits, yeah.
A couple of drives there. He's hit the ball well, and now first homer with the short porch, and that's what they got him for. I don't want sexy home runs from Jay Bruce. I want dirty, gritty, disgusting short porch Yankee Stadium home runs from Jay Bruce. And then that was that, right?
That was exactly that.
So
Sterling's home run call, the Bruce is loose.
Wow, the Bruce is loose. All right.
I like it.
I mean, that's fine, but here's the thing. I feel like sometimes with John, I love him. Sometimes he goes really hardcore awesome or hardcore out of the box, like with Stanton's. And then sometimes he's just by the book. And I don't know. Sometimes I don't love him when they're just like by the book as they are. But he had time to think about this one, obviously.
He did.
It's now game 5 of the season.
He has to think about these, right? He plans.
I guarantee he does. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know anything about the creative process of one John Sterling's home run calls, but my assumption would be at the beginning of the year, he probably looks at the guys who are going to be on the roster, probably not spring training, final roster, I feel like, and then, scratches out a couple of riffs, That's what I think. Gio's been our little Gio.
Yeah. He's been he got a hit yesterday, I believe, but these people got texting me.
Yeah. We read earlier today something that we thought was interesting, and that was that apparently some scouts had been having murmurs that Gio Urshela's throws to first base were not as confident, so to speak.
That's interesting.
As they were last year or in the last couple of years. So there's speculation that maybe he's got a little bit of a dead arm, or maybe he's just losing a step defensively. Hopefully it's neither of them, because they don't really have a backup third baseman unless you would just move DJ to third base, and that's the reason why you bring in Odor, which we can talk about now if you want while we watch. So it would be interesting to see. But let's talk about Odor. We'll bring it up because the news came out today that the Yankees had made a trade for Odor, who we all remember as the guy who punched Jose Bautista back during Jose Bautista's Blue Jays days when Odor was with Texas.
Not gonna lie, loved it, by the way. Loved it.
It was unbelievable. And it wasn't one of these like baseball punches where he barely graces the guy. No, he like KO'd him. He KO'd him. He UFC boxing level right hooked him. And it was great. It was, that was at the height of the Joey Bat hate if you were a Yankee fan. So even though he follows everybody on Twitter, does he follow you?
No,
he doesn't follow me either.
No, he did. No, he did follow me, and then I guess he unfollowed me. Maybe I talked shit about him.
Probably did, knowing you. But so Odor's a 30 home run guy. Last year he was dreadful, horrible. Batting average. Yeah. And then 2 years ago,
he kind of stinks.
2 years ago, he was a below 250 hitter with 30 home runs. So he's feast or famine at this point. Though the question becomes, how much do we trust Cashman when it boils down to him picking these guys that nobody else wants? Luke Voigt, Gio Urshela, Mike Tauchman to an extent, and turning them into, somebody else's trash is Brian Cashman's treasure.
The track record shows that,
especially for position players.
Yeah, that's true. And this guy he might be, if there's a place for him to actually become good, this will be the place to do it. Mm-hmm. Because to be honest, he has not been a good baseball player. I mean, he got released he got DFA'd, right, by the Rangers?
Yep, DFA'd.
He sent 2 prospects, which I guess they weren't any big prospects because, I don't think we got their names yet. And we're basically getting him for free, which, of course, is a big thing for the Yankees. So not paying any money and getting him for cheap. I think John Heyman said the Yankees are being charged $0 for CBT purposes, but will pay the prorated minimum $500,000 this year and the minimum next year.
And they did, by the way, announce who the 2 prospects were.
They did?
It's outfielders Antonio Cabello and Josh Stowers. So 2 outfielders from the Yankee system. And then it is obviously worth noting that, sadly, our little Tyro Estrada.
Oh, that actually bummed me.
Yeah, he got DFA'd. And Tyro was awesome 2 years ago when the replacement Yankees needed him.
Last year,
and his story was so awesome, getting shot, and being able to come back from that to be a guy who contributed halfway decently, in certain opportunities for the Yankees. And then, thankfully, I guess or unthankfully, depending on what way you think about it, Tyler Wade was not one of the guys who had to get put down to the alternate site for DFA'd, because Michael King, who pitched masterfully on Sunday, going those 6 innings, he obviously was going to get sent down due to the fact that
he'll be
he
back
can't
up
pitch.
because he's kind of like what did he throw, like 60, 70 pitches, I believe.
Yeah, and that's just one.
He was there. He wasn't going to pitch for a while, so
yeah, it's how often do you see that all the time where you have a guy who pitches masterfully and then has to get sent down because he's a bullpen guy who can't pitch. So, if I'm the Yankees on Odor's front, you kind of hope that you never have to use this guy because, like I said, that would mean that either DJ, Glaber, or Gio to a lesser extent got hurt. And in the event it was Gio based off of what we talked about, I guess in theory you move DJ to third base. And like I said earlier, you move Odor to second base. And that's kind of what your first to third is with Bruce, Odor, Glaber, and Gio and DJ. But then your team gets a lot worse. Even with Gio not really hitting right now, you love his glove and you love what he can do on defense, and you love how calm and composed he is, especially because how often to start this year have we seen a ball that looks like it's going to go to Glaber and Gio steps in front of him and then just makes the play smooth as silk, and you're just like, thank God.
Yeah, well, that's another thing we could talk about, right? Like, we really needed to see, and again, it's a long season, but the first 4 games have not really given us any confidence about Gleyber Torres' ability to play shortstop. I mean, there are routine ground balls that my heart is like dropping because I don't think he's going to make the play. And that's not how it should be. It really shouldn't be the case. So I'm hopefully Gleyber Torres can continue to get better. But the first 4 games, I'm very hesitant right now at him playing shortstop.
Yeah, absolutely. And it stinks because here's the thing, whether or not you liked Jeter's defense or you hated Jeter's defense or you thought Jeter was overrated, Jeter made the routine plays and had a few miraculous plays in his arsenal. And then when Jeter retired, you went to Didi, who might have been the slickest defender that we've seen at shortstop, at least recently on the Yankees. He didn't win a Gold Glove, but definitely should have won a Gold Glove for the Yankees because of how good he was at defense at the shortstop position. And you factor in how really above average Glaber was at second base. That second base shortstop tandem of Didi and Glaber was, like peanut butter and jelly. It just worked.
It really was, yeah.
They were really good. And then now you have DJ, who is really good at second base, but you as we just said, Glaber, who makes some head scratching plays, or every single time the ball gets hit to him, you kind of worry that he's going to double clutch it, or he's not going to be able to make the throw, or something's going to happen, So you hope that the more the season progresses, the more he can start making plays. But I guess we'll have to see. It does look now that like Cole's settled in and starting to game him,
And that's the thing too, right? We have to remember, and everyone does, that it's not 60-game season. We got 162 games, so it's going to be a long season. There's going to be there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. It's just how it goes. Yeah, Cole's looking like Cole now. That's what I want to see, man. I want to see a dominant performance. I'm hoping maybe he can go through 6-7 innings. I want him to go longer than last outing. Last outing he only went 5 1/3. I think hopefully if he continues, 39 pitches.
That's a great point, I think, to transition to now, which is the Yankees are going to be in some deep trouble in April if their starters, and that was gorgeous, if their starters don't, outside of Cole, go long. Because here's the thing, Garrett Cole can go 9 innings and you wouldn't bat an eyelash.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Kluber, Tyone, Herman, Montgomery,
all these guys
Devi in those 6 games, if in a 6th game, if Devi comes up to pitch for a 6th starter, it's like those guys probably are only going to pitch 85, 90 pitches for their next starter too. And you need them to be maximized innings. You need those 85, 90 pitches to get you into where you need to be.
Oh yeah.
They need to be 6 innings. It needs to be 6.5 innings because without Justin Wilson until this weekend, and without Zach Britton for the foreseeable future, and knowing that you're probably not going to push Chapman for 4-out saves this early in the year, you need to save your bullpen, which has looked good.
Get there. Oh.
No, that's foul, I think, though. Oh, no, foul. Ground rule double.
That was fair.
Yeah. Must have just scraped up the chalk.
Am I going to yell at Judge for not getting that?
It's close. I don't want him laying out, though.
Yeah, I don't either. That's fair. You're right.
Yeah,
I'd rather him. That's a really tough play, though, too.
Here's the thing. He could lay out if he really wanted to. Yep.
He should. Playoff game, lay out, but not right now.
Oh, yeah. No, not the 5th game of the year.
Yeah.
Imagine. I mean, whenever I see a Yankee right fielder go anywhere near the wall, I always think of who was it? With the cable box in Chicago.
Who, a player?
Dustin.
I don't know. I'm blanking.
It was a few years ago. We traded him in the package for Sonny Gray. See, now I got to look it up.
Yeah. Also, that area where he would have dove, he would have went straight into.
Yeah, Dustin Fowler.
Oh, Dustin Fowler. Oh,
Remember when he hit his knee on the cable box?
Yes,
right field?
Yes. That was
he like tore it up as his major league debut. There's a lot of hype about him too. And they traded him as part of that Sonny Gray deal.
I was bummed. We were all bummed there.
Yeah. This kid Santander for the O's. A lot of people like him.
Yeah, I have him in fantasy. I'm hoping, well, not tonight, but when he's not playing the Yankees, he has a good year.
Mm-hmm.
Before that double, Cole had 5 straight strikeouts.
And he's looking like he's about to get 6. Yep, there it is. Right down Broadway. See? Called it. 101, too. That was a beautiful fastball, baby.
Dude, isn't it just magical watching this guy pitch?
It is. I can't remember. Maybe CC in 09.
CC was great, yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like even CC, I remember. Like CC's stuff in 09 was good, but
he had overpowering stuff. Yeah.
Sometimes Cole just feels like he's like the guy.
Yeah.
Not just on the Yankees, but in baseball. Outside of DeGrom, who was great last night, and then they took him out as they always.
I gotta tell you, yeah, that's another guy. Honestly, like I try to when I can watch as many games around the league, but like DeGrom, that's another guy like. Watching him pitch is just like this guy is like
it's special.
It's special, exactly. It's just something
you get impressed by the ability that he has to pitch.
I think he's throwing faster now. He's throwing like 101.
Yeah, and you know what? He's the classic example of a guy who didn't have a lot of innings on his arm because obviously he's a converted pitcher, and then factor in that last year he only had to pitch 60 innings, if that. He'll be. If you
play your cards right, from Garrett Cole, that was 100.
Yeah,
that was 100. Oh wow.
Yep. If you play your cards right, you're probably having for a bit. If you're a Mets fan, which is exciting for them, but that's kind of what I was saying, which is like I feel like CC was so unbelievable for the Brewers, but I don't know if I would ever call him when he was on the Yankees the best pitcher in baseball. But I feel like Garrett Cole,
that's true.
Is the best pitcher in baseball. Because think of like when CC was here, you had so many guys there, whether it might have been Verlander with his heyday with, everything going on with him or, any of the countless other guys who were as good. But like, I feel like now the consensus is who are the 2 best pitchers in baseball? Jacob deGrom and Garrett Cole.
Yeah. And then I guess you got Bieber and he was last year. Did he won the cycle?
Yankees broke him though. He stunk on opening day.
He did. But also, last year's awards are kind of, they only played their division.
Fugazi.
No, yeah, Shane Bieber was only pitching against his division.
Yeah, it's Fugazi. You can say.
Yeah, it was a Fugazi. The World Series was too, right? No, I'm kidding. If we won, I would have said it wasn't.
Yeah, right. No, what?
I'm glad the Dodgers won, though. Of course,
they deserved it.
They were facing the Rays, but they're like us. They were trying to just get over that hump, and that's what we're trying to do. So.
And like us, they got screwed by Houston. So
Yeah. Speaking of
see how it goes.
They've gotten off to a great start. I think they're 4.
Of course, but that's what I want, man. Because here's the thing: when Houston, and I don't know if you saw this yesterday with somebody.
They're 5-1 now.
The inflatable trash can on the field.
Yes,
did you see that?
I did.
Here's the thing: I don't want them to be crappy because,
I said this before. It's not fun.
I got a lot of heat because pre my days of being a host of OLIP, I was a radio host for the Washington Capitals. And people know this if they've followed my career, so to speak. And I got a lot of heat when the Capitals won the Cup because right before the playoffs that year, I said, would you even feel the same about the title if you didn't beat the Pittsburgh Penguins, who had their number for years? If you didn't even beat the Pittsburgh Penguins to win this? And people lost their crap at me. They were like, yeah, we would. We would still appreciate the title. And then they beat the Penguins and then they won the Cup. And here's the thing. I'm sorry, but I subscribe to the idea and to the thinking that you aren't as justified as your champ if you don't get to knock down those guys who've beaten you down a peg.
And that's what you wanted. You wanted that last year.
Give me the Rays and give me Houston. Those are the guys who I want to face in the playoffs on the way to win a World Series. Who you face in the World Series doesn't matter. Yankees don't have a natural rival, I guess, so to speak, out of the National League. Would it be fun to play the Mets? Would it be fun to play the Dodgers? Would it be fun to play the Braves? Yeah. But if the playoffs don't go with them Tampa Bay and then getting to go to the ALCS and exercising their demons and beating the Houston Astros, then I don't know. It doesn't take away from the title.
We should have had that last year. It doesn't feel
sweet, man.
We should have had it last year, but we got clowned again. And I'm sick and tired of being clowned. We can always talk about it.
Like if you told me that the Yankees won a World Series by beating the Minnesota Twins and then beating
I'll take it.
Beating Oakland and then beating the Cincinnati Reds, I'd be like, all right, awesome. We won the World Series. Who cares? But the level of just satisfaction that you'll get from going into Houston and finally beating them, I don't know. I feel like that would be second to none. Because they've got our number, man, and sucks. 2017, the best Yankee memories we have, me, you, and Josh. That ALCS where they should have won. And then 2018 when, the DJ home run that they made moot. One of the biggest Yankee home runs in recent memory. And they just became moot because of Jose Altuve the next inning. It sucks. So that's what I want. I want revenge.
Yeah. We'll see. I just want to win, but it would be. My only fear is that we'll just get clowned again, to be honest.
Oh, well, you don't want it to happen on your birthday. That's your MO.
Yeah, they're always going to lose on my birthday. Sweeney saying what we just said. Playoff game, you make the sliding attempt. On April 6th, you do not.
Yep, it's true. See, Sweeney knows.
This is what you love out of Brett Gardner, 3-hole.
Yep.
You make throw pitches.
I'll say this. We said it earlier. I don't think it's far-fetched. Brett Gardner, if he was in the lineup, is not a bad 3-hole hitter because he gives you at-bats.
He's not. I just would not want it every day.
Here's the thing. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But, at this point in his career, he's not a 3-hole hitter because he's older now and he doesn't have as much pop anymore. And, age will catch up to him if he's playing every single day. But, he'll give you a 5, 6, 7 pitch at-bat. He'll be out there. He'll let people see it.
That was a pitch right there he should have hit.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's ever been your prototypical leadoff guy for the Yankees, but he is a grade A leadoff guy.
When was the last time he batted leadoff? Was it
I think it would have to have been a couple of years ago at this point. All last year DJ pretty much exclusively led off.
Who batted leadoff? Who's batted leadoff before? Was it him before?
Hicks has been their leadoff guy for a couple of games.
Like, who's batting leadoff in 2017?
It actually might have been Brett.
It might have been.
I would
right?
have to go look at some lineups. They're going back and showing some David Cohn and Mariano Rivera stuff. So when Stanton K's here, is he going to get booed?
Probably. Was he 1 for 13 to start up the season? Not a great MVP numbers prediction for me.
Nope. But hey, it's early. And if you remember, when he won the MVP a few years ago in 2017, it was his summer that really. Go. Let's go. It was his summer that
116
really,
miles per hour on that base.
That fueled it. That was impressive. And he went oppo too. You know what? The shift was probably on the other side. They didn't show the defensive formation, but you would have to assume they probably stacked 3 infielders on the left.
They definitely did. Come on.
All right, Glaber needs a big hit, man.
Give us some 2 out.
I always get stressed when G gets on first base because I don't want them to have like a first or third where
I know. Isn't that where he got hurt last time?
Blows out his hamstring. When it comes to him, I want things out of the infield and no close plays.
Yes.
And no tagging up. So thankfully it's 2 outs. So anything that's in the air, he's going to run, but he's not busting it, you know?
I was surprised that he was hurt for that long from that play. But I guess his body, man, these
It's the same thing with Judge, man. You got these guys who are huge in physical stature, and I mean, they're pro athletes, but when you're doing strenuous activity every day and you're going through feel like you're going through the process of trying to stay healthy and do stuff, it probably takes a toll on you.
Hopefully,
but I guess the question does become, it's like, how much does him being the DH and not playing in between innings affect him?
Yeah, I know they said that they might play him in outfield, but we want no part of that.
Nope. And now with Odor, who also plays outfield on occasion, I mean,
all right, Glaber.
Outfield. There we go. 2 out base hits.
Come on, Clinty. Is it Clint?
Yeah, it's Clint.
Let's go. 2 out oppo singles. Let's go, Clint. Man, I can't wait to get back in that stadium, man.
Yeah, man, it's going to be great. Do you know how the ticket pricing is working and stuff? Josh,
I don't know. I just
ticket guy.
Yeah, I just know that they're releasing it.
But
they're releasing
by month.
Phases. Yeah, by month. So what's it? Kramer's got 5 strikeouts through 2 and 2.
3 of them came in the first inning.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He set down the side.
See, I already forgot that. I already forgot about that. I tried to erase that from my memory. I'm okay. The first one was a ball. I thought he was looking at strike 2. Juan Soto hit a walk-off today.
Did he?
Of young, exciting players.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball's got a surplus of them, man. They're like, if there's a time to make baseball entertaining and fun for like the people out there, they have the players to do it. It's just, can they market them? Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I thought that was a strike.
It was close. I agree with you though, and it stinks that Tatis got hurt yesterday. Not only because I have him on 2
Did he get hurt?
teams.
I didn't know he got hurt.
You didn't see that?
No.
Oh, it was brutal. He was swinging the bat, and
how long? What kind of injury?
It was a left shoulder injury, and
oh no.
From what I was reading, I don't want to diagnose what it was because I can't think of what it was diagnosed.
What kind of call was that?
Yeah,
you called that a ball, but the other one is I was
going away from him too, and Clint did not like it. You can say,
dude, what the fuck was that called?
Oh my god, that was like 3 inches off.
Yeah. Hey,
a brutal call. Anyway, so we'll see what Clint does, and
let's see what we'll talk about Tatis afterwards.
would love a little. I don't want a base hit because I don't want them trying to extend Stanton home.
I know. I forgot last year. I noticed that Clint's not wearing the mask anymore.
No, he's not.
And last year, I'm seeing that certain teams are, I think, getting access to the vaccine. It depends on the player, but that's good. That they'll get that. Hopefully,
I just hope that based off of where they are and things that are doing that will work. I mean, New York in general just opened it up for people who are 16 plus
yeah,
years old now, which is good for them. And that means that odds are for anybody who lives in New York or anybody who plays for the Yankees or stuff like that, if they haven't been able to get it yet, they'll probably have a good chance to get it, which is all we can hope for. Nats thing aside, it seems as though they have a better idea of what's going on. Yep,
hanging right there.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Yeah, we just want to see less national Mets situations right this season.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll get that figured out.
Yeah, and they had the first one, and bumped it back a few days. But the thing that I love that they're doing more this year than last year was, last year it seemed like if one of the teams had COVID, that they still would try and see if they could get a game in a day or two later. And the same thing I felt like was kind of happening with the NFL this year. I think it's okay, especially with a lot of the off days that you have and stuff like that, to get those 2-3 days to let them really get the final tests and everything like that to make sure that nobody has COVID.
Yeah,
which is the best thing that you could hope for. But on the Tatis front, it was a left shoulder injury, and from what I was reading about the injury, seems as though the two options he has are he could rehab it, but that would probably take a couple of months, and if he got back at all, it would probably be closer to the middle to the end of the season, or he could have season-ending shoulder.
Really? It's that serious?
Yeah.
Oh
and it was non-contact too. It was just he was swinging the bat.
Oh no, that's not good. I'm looking at it now. Oh wow, he collapsed.
Yeah, he was swinging the bat. He fell to the ground. He was holding his wrist. Then they wound up saying it was a shoulder
Isn't that
injury.
suck? Like you literally have your guy, and then that happens. Like injury,
yeah.
Man. I'm also
and it stinks because like
situation in here.
yeah, it stinks because he's kind of like, I feel like more than any of the young guys, he was the guy that baseball really picked to be like the face of baseball. Because obviously Soto's great and Acuna's really good too, and Labor had that awesome, postseason a couple of years ago when the Yankees were in it. But it's like, more than anything, it felt like Tatis was the anointed new young stud, and so it stinks that odds are if you even see him again this year, it wouldn't be until months down the line. And then selfishly, I have him on 2 fantasy teams, so that really did not work.
Hey, but your boy Castellanos is having quite the season. He's on your
team. He's been awesome. And it's funny because he's super swaggy, I feel. I like that he's pimping home runs.
I like swaggy guys on my team.
Here's the thing. All you need to know is what you just said about him being swaggy and liking swaggy guys on your team. That's MLB's biggest problem. It's like, I feel like I've seen a lot of people doing bat flips and like Castellanos like going nuts and like hamming it up in front of that guy's face and stuff like that. It's that's what you want. That's what will make baseball like awesome. I mean, I'm a Sixers fan, so one of the things I always remember is like Iverson stomping over Lou, and it's like that's the stuff that makes memorable moments, and that's the stuff that gets you hyped up as a fan, and that's what gets people in. It's like the drama with the NBA sometimes might be a little bit like As the World Turns, soap opera type stuff, but it's like that's what gets people interested. If you're handing down a 2-game suspension from a guy because he incited the benches to clear, then you're just trying to police the situation that isn't happening. And I don't know, it really annoyed me that MLB gave him a 2-game suspension. I'm glad he's appealing, but it definitely kind of, I don't know, rubbed me the wrong way that here's a guy getting people to talk about the sport because he's like flexing in people's faces and doing cool bat flips and stuff like that, and you're just like, no, let's suspend him.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine. It got dark here in Hoboken and probably everywhere in the East Coast.
Well, I mean, that's usually how time zones work, bud.
But yeah, the lighting in my room is terrible. It always has been though. People are used to it. All right, Cole. Wait, how'd the first guy get on base? I totally missed it. Was it a base hit?
I think they're showing Garrett Cole's family right now. I can kind of hear Meredith talking about it a little bit underneath. One of the big problems with doing this live broadcast is the fact that we can't really listen to the sound or else it will come up over our microphones.
Yeah.
That was a nice pitch. See, his
8 strikeout.
His fastball is really, and his changeup's really working good down low in the zone today.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oof.
That
some great movement on that, baby.
Like, how do you, gorgeous. Dude, how do you hit that? You don't. Let
me ask you a question. You obviously played baseball, right? Growing up.
Yeah.
Did you ever get the pitch?
Yeah.
See, I'm going to tell all of our OLIP fans a story about me. So when I was in Little League, all I wanted to do was pitch. Like all I wanted to do. And my coach, I begged him to let me pitch. I was like, "Can I pitch today? Please, can I pitch today? Can I pitch today?" And I never got to. And that's why I don't have a good relationship with my dad. No, I'm not kidding about my dad being my coach.
No, I know.
but I am kidding about not having a good relationship with my dad.
Wait, your dad was your
coach? My dad was my Little League coach, and he refused to let me pitch. It was brutal. I wanted to pitch. Who knows? I could have been, because here's the thing. By the time I ever would have gotten a chance to pitch after that, I never would have gotten the chance to pitch. Because if you don't pitch early, if you don't learn to be a pitcher early in your baseball career, then
I only pitched in Little League. That's it. Because I didn't throw fast, but I mean in Little League I was pretty decent. Like I think in Little League I threw like a complete game shutout one time.
Yeah, but I mean here's the thing.
My circle changeup was actually. You know, it's funny because I think I only threw like 60, 65, which is not in Little League. I'm talking Babe Ruth as well, which is not a lot more people throw faster. But my circle change was like, it was kind of just, it looked like a lob, but it was like a 30, what's it called? Mile per hour speed difference. So it really kept the hitters off balance. It was something else.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like Little League is one of those, especially like little league, like where you first start to get into like playing youth league baseball. Like that's where you got to learn how to pitch.
Yeah.
Because all you're throwing there is fastballs and the mound isn't as big and the pressure isn't as great as what it is. So it's like, if you don't learn how to pitch there, then once you get into more older age Little League baseball, and I thought that was gone.
No, me too. I got nervous.
Once you get into like older age Little League baseball or Babe Ruth or even middle school and high school, it's like you're never going to pitch ever again after that. And then you're just doing that thing which every kid does when they're doing long toss in between warming up in games, which is practicing the pitches that you want to pretend to throw, like your knuckleball and shit like that.
Exactly.
But you're never really going to be able to pitch. So essentially I could be or could have been God's gift to pitching, but my dad refused to let me pitch in Little League, so therefore we never would have known.
Damn.
You know? So just know that.
Actually, that hurts though.
It does. Your own dad didn't let you pitch in Little League. He
and
never did.
It's not even like Little League is the most serious thing.
No. I didn't.
So do you still talk to him to this day about it? Like, why didn't you?
I don't think I brought that up to him in like at least 10 years, maybe 15 years.
Well, you say was your dad a good coach? Is that why he? Was he like?
You know what? I'm gonna throw him under the bus. I don't think we ever made the playoffs when he was a Little League coach.
Wow.
So I mean, clearly, it couldn't. Was not that great.
We gotta get him on the pod next time to defend his.
To defend himself, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's like with political candidates.
Maybe it was
if
the
you
players.
have one on, you have to have the other one on.
Maybe, exactly. Maybe it was the players. Maybe it wasn't the coach.
Here's the thing: what I remember with like Little League was all right. So we were already at a disadvantage, and Cole pitched a great inning there. So I think we have time to kind of get into it a little bit. Um, there's Jack Leiter. Oh,
Why are
should
they
be a
showing
Yankee.
this? Why are they
Should
showing
be a
this?
Yankee.
Why are they showing?
Because they were talking about how Al said he's better than he was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of dads that let their
Is
sons
Al on
pitch,
the
right?
call?
Right.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Speaking of dads who let their sons pitch,
Oh yeah.
Al Leiter and Jack Leiter.
Oh, that was good actually.
See, yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I didn't get the requisite pop from you. You
Sorry, I was too busy. Yeah.
Being pissed that they showed it. No, I know that. But I with the Little League thing, I feel like, so when I moved to South Jersey, which is where I grew up and like played a Little League and went to high school and stuff like that. My dad coached with a guy who was my best man's father. And no offense to my best man, but he's not really an athlete. And I'm not much of an athlete either. But I liked playing baseball in Little League, and he, did not. He's a nerd. He's an electrical engineer now. So
yeah, it doesn't really
me and him
baseball.
being on the same team, all of a sudden you have two dads who are coaching, and one of their son is not really athletic but loves sports, and the other one of their sons is not athletic at all and doesn't love sports. So you're already down, and then all these other dads who probably like whip their kids into shape and want them to play sports all the time, they're the ones who are taking the good kids in Little League. So I'll give my dad some slack in referencing the fact that, like, I don't think it was all his doing with the way the Little League system was, that we didn't win anything. But, maybe if I was out there throwing 3 or 4 games a year, that could have been the difference between playoffs or not.
We'll never know, sadly.
Yep, we never will. I could have been
How
Garrett Cole.
about this now? I'll say this. If you have a son in the future and he comes to you and you're the coach and he's like, Dad, I want to pitch. Will you let him pitch?
Fuck no. Yeah, I will.
Or will it depend on his skill level?
No, I will, because here's the thing.
Well, you know what you should do? You would have him pitch really early, like, because then he'll fall in love with it, right?
Well, I really hope I have a son who is a lefty, but if not, Ryu was talking about
a lefty would be great.
Ryu was talking about how his dad apparently bought him a lefty glove and just had him learn to throw lefty.
Oh wow,
that's what they were saying on opening day, which was a kind of cool, I guess, a little put together that they were talking about. So you know what? But the way I see it, when I eventually have kids, and whether they're boys or girls or anything, play the sport you want to play, learn how to play them, play the positions they are. And if I get to be your coach, I want winning I'm not going to all of a sudden become a major league manager when I'm 40 years old and my kids are like 8 and have the opportunity to go play Little League. So I'm not trying to go out there to win a championship. I'm trying to go out there so they can learn what they like to do.
That's true.
So
yeah.
If that means they want to pitch and I'm the Little League coach, then you know what? By all means, go out there and pitch.
I don't know about you, but I'm trying to win a championship.
That's true. No, I have the Yankees for that, man.
Yeah.
My kids
if I'm coaching a team, I want to win too.
All right. See, there you go.
I remember.
I guess you won't let your kids pitch in the future.
I remember that for one of the teams I was at, it wasn't even like, it was just like another like town league. This guy, I guess a right fielder made a couple errors. The coach literally took the jersey off the guy's, like, and the mom got really pissed because like that's kind of a little too much. Like it's a town league. Like,
yeah. I don't want to get into, because this could be a whole nother tangent of us talking about dads that are way too into Little League coaching and going bananas about it. I think we honestly could do a whole podcast just on the crazy, insane, overly testosterone men who go to coach 8-year-olds and lose their crap when it doesn't go the way that they want. I mean, I used to umpire, so it's like you see, you see these crazy dads who lose their crap in T-ball because you call a close play at first base safe when it's really out, or vice versa. It's like you're making $20. you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
And they act like you're Angel Hernandez and just cost them the World Series. But with that in
Come on,
mind,
Bruce.
the Yankees need some runs, man.
All right.
There you go, working a walk. Man on Bruce. Let me say, Bruce has been good to start the year.
He has. It's literally been 5 years. It's been 5.
There they go. They're showing the look at
That's
that.
the guy
That
we
was a
need
right hook. Money right hook from Odor.
That's the guy we need, baby, when we play Houston. Look at him. I wouldn't want to mess with that guy.
Yeah, man. I wonder what he's gonna look like without the beard. Because he has a giant beard, man.
I get so sad when they have to shave their beards.
Yeah, I think we've gotten to the point where the Yankees need to change their grooming policy. Trimmed haircuts and beards.
Yeah.
That's what I think. You don't have to do facial hair discrimination anymore. Let guys grow out their beards, keep it trimmed up, keep it looking.
They're gonna
nice.
keep it going though, man. They're just stuck in their times.
I mean, it's part of the quote unquote lore of the Yankees.
It's
but
stupid.
I don't know. I'm at the point where everybody else gets to have cool beards, and we have cool beards because beards are part of the style now. It's like,
yeah,
give me the beards. Give me some Yankees that have awesome beards.
You didn't go.
It doesn't have to be like NHL playoff beards where it's like they're so bushy and they just grow out of nowhere.
Like trim and like.
Yeah, get it lined up. Let the guys look fresh, because you got some guys who grow pretty good beards on this team. We get to see them during the offseason. It's an offseason tradition. Yankees with beards.
Yeah, they always grow their yep.
And there's some guys on the team who just don't look right when they're clean shaven.
Yeah. I love Cole with the beard.
Yeah, Cole looks good with the beard.
He looks scarier on the mound when he has a beard.
Paxton, when he was on the team, he did not look right without a beard. He was a guy that needed a beard.
McCutchen was weird.
That was a travesty because he was McCutchen with like him with the dreads and the beard in his Pirates days. That was like he was epic.
I'll say this: I like Glaber clean shaven better than the beard.
Me too. Gio too, because Gio's had the chin strap a little bit.
Yeah, but Gio's fine. Like I like them clean shaven.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I like them clean shaven.
Higgy time. Higgy.
All right, time to put Gary in as a pinch hit, right? Plutko warming
Gary's
up.
Gary's played every game, right? So this is normal for Higgy. Yeah, Gary's played the first 4 games of the season, right? Yes.
Yeah, the first day off for Hicks today. First day off for Gary makes sense considering they all played the first 4 games of the year. Well, it looks like they're going to make a pitching change.
They just thought. I think that
he's at 77 pitches right now, so we'll see.
They're keeping him in.
Yep. I mean, this is the chance, man. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 on, nobody out. I mean, if you're Higgy here, you could even bunt over to get 2 guys in scoring position. Not that I endorse bunting guys over, especially in the American League for your 9 hitter, but infield's in on the corners.
Come on, Higgy. Get this guy out of the game. We got to make up for that bases loaded, no one out.
Let's see what we got. I feel like since we haven't seen Higgy, this is the first time we've seen him, I feel like people forget a little bit that he had some big hits down the stretch for the Yankees. It's like
in the postseason too. He had a home run, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. He was good. Here's the thing: they didn't lose anything that they didn't have when Gary was bad. If that makes sense. When Gary was bad, he was hitting, below 200 and looked awful. It's like, Higgy was slightly better than that, which is all you really need from a catcher who is good at positioning, and blocking the plate and framing pitches and stuff like that. So, You know what? The Yankees have been blessed, I feel like, the last 4, 5 years, maybe last 10 years, whatever you want to go back to, with competent backup catchers, whether it was like Jose Molina when they won in 2009, Austin Romine, now Higgy, Francisco Cervelli.
Love Cervelli.
Yeah, Cervelli was the man.
They re-signed Chirinos, I guess.
Yep.
They're like he's gonna rehab
Speaking,
the Yankees. You
my
need
mom.
an guy.
What was that?
You need that veteran.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that's always a big benefit. I mean, that's
Yeah.
why you know you always see them bring in good guys to minor league camp or to spring training camp and things.
Exactly. What were you saying, your mom?
I was going to say my grandma loved Francisco Cervelli.
Really?
My grandma was Italian, and even though Cervelli was Argentinian, he has the Italian heritage. He played for Team Italy. So when she found that out, she was a huge Cervelli fan. She also loved Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner was like her favorite player on the current Yanks. He passed away a few years ago, but she used to call him Bunny Rabbit because when he ran around the bases, he looks like how rabbits like when they run, they bolt forward. So that nickname's kind of stuck for me. We'll if I'm watching a game by myself or with my wife, I'll hit it with "Come on, Bunny Rabbit, get a big hit."
That's awesome.
It's a good at bat from Higgy.
It is, yeah. I gotta say this: they've been making him work today, and that's something that you didn't see in the first couple games. I feel like with the Yankees, like this is who they are, right? They just they
wear pitchers down and then get into the bullpen.
That's what you got to do, especially like when you don't capitalize on those, men on base situations.
Mm-hmm.
It's like make the pitcher work, get into that bullpen. Come on, Higgy.
Let's get us a big hit, man.
That's a nice take.
Did he go? Yeah, let's go. Love that. Now after you saying he didn't go, now I'm like frightened to see what the ump says because you're that 1 second ahead of me.
Yeah. Gio on first. Bruce on second. 3-2 to Higgy. The 84th pitch of the at bat.
84th pitch of the at bat. Whoa, man. You mean the 84th pitch of the pitcher? The 84th pitch of the at bat.
Imagine if it was the at bat.
What an at bat by Higashi. Okay, 84 pitches.
Dude, that would be like that would be insane.
I mean, people were going nuts about that 22 pitch at bat in spring training with the Mets.
Yes, that was something. Pitches. That was exciting.
It was awesome, and especially that it ended with a walk as opposed to him striking out or something.
I'm kind of curious. I wonder what the most
pitches in an at bat is. Yeah. Something we'll have to look up and talk about in the next episode of OLIP.
That's a
there we go. What an at bat by a guy.
What an at bat by Higgy.
Made him work, and now they're going to bump him. He'll probably go to the bullpen now. I feel like that's probably going to be his last batter. Yep. So Judge, Gardner. No. DJ, Judge, Gardner up. Oh, I guess they counted LeMahieu on that graphic.
Yeah.
All right. So we get some last licks. A bases loaded, no outs opportunity again to send us home happy and into the end of our lives.
It better be send us home happy.
I agree. We'll have to see. We got plenty of time, so we can continue to kind of discuss. Let's take this time now to kind of look ahead to what the Yankees schedule is going to be next week as we get ready for the next episode of OLIP when we have it next Tuesday. And thankfully, it will be Josh who will join us again. And definitely look out for some of these live things because this has been an absolute blast with E-Ray tonight. So we're definitely going to be doing more of these during the course of the season. So obviously they have the Orioles tomorrow and then they have the day off on Thursday. So no game on the 8th. And then they have a 3-game series down in Tampa. So that'll be the first road trip of the year. And then they stay down in Florida because as they talked about before, due to the Blue Jays not actually having a home stadium in Toronto right now because of COVID, and then not being able to play in Buffalo as well, they get to play at their ballpark down in Florida. So those are the big series coming up before our next episode of OLIP next week. Rays one's going to be interesting, man, because the Rays, I feel like everybody kind of gave up on them when they got rid of Blake Snell and, they didn't win the World Series last year. And as you and me and Josh have talked about countless times, what the Rays do is trade away players so they can rebuild and not spend money, and that's their MO. And no Charlie Morton either. They let him walk. So I don't know what we're getting from this Rays team. They'll probably be a tough out because they always seem to be, especially when they go up against the Yankees, but they'll make for some interesting baseball this weekend.
It will, and it will be the Rays home opener. So they're going to be raising that AL pennant banner.
Yeah, because that's they love to raise the.
I mean, that's a banner that you raise, though. I guess if
the pennant, it's the pennant.
It's the pennant, so you raise that
only
one.
Second one ever.
I hope. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm not on the Yankees, but I would hope that this team beat you last year, embarrassed you, and they're raising just how the schedule works out, but they're raising the AL pennant where that core still has not gone to a World Series. So you hope that fuels them a little bit more just for the rest of the season and into the playoffs. But we'll see how that goes. I got to tell you something. This DJ's at the plate now. This 3:00 start on Friday, not great for an overnight E-Ray. I don't like that. I do not like the 3 p.m. That's a stupid time.
Yeah, you got to sleep.
I do not like that time. I am actually furious at the schedule makers and at that time.
It's because it's the opening day gimmick, because those are the opening days.
Make it 1. I got a nap at 5. But
there's probably other games on the schedule. I don't know what the MLB schedule looks like that day, but odds are it's going to be similar to what it was opening day last Friday, Thursday, where you had like 7-8 teams that have their home opener, so they want to space them out because it's a full slate of games on a Friday.
I get that, but just
I agree with you. I understand.
Can they give me a call? See what works for me?
The 2 commandments of E-Ray are: don't mess with my days off, and don't mess with my midday nap.
Oh my God!
Of course, a double play.
That's a run, not an RBI though.
Nope.
Can we get a goddamn actual
hit with runners in scoring position? It would be nice, wouldn't it? This is what the Yankees do, man, and this is why I say we can still be concerned with their inability to break games open. Because that's DJ, their best hitter with runners in scoring position, consistently the last 2 years, not getting a hit with runners in scoring position. So if he can't do it, am I going to rely on Judge or Brett Gardner or Aaron Hicks or Stanton or Gary or any of these guys who have proven that they can't do it previously to do it? And I love Stanton more than anything, that, but it's like, man.
I want one more run here, Judge. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. Base hit to drive this in and make it 3-0 would make me feel really good.
I just tweeted my worst fear in life is when the Yankees have the bases loaded.
Yeah, I mean, it is. They stink with the bases loaded, man. They stink. Truly. After that great Higgy at bat, too, he jumps on one of the first pitches, man. I know it's a new pitcher, so it doesn't apply the same, but it's like feeling out a little bit.
Adam Pluko went to college at UCLA, born in October of 91, just like me.
See, there you go.
He has played one game this season. He got a win already. 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. So far, good job for him. Let's see if he can continues it.
Give me the 1 Judge base hit. That's what I want, man.
Here we go, Judgy. Here we go. And there it is.
There we go. Nice. 3-0.
Judge, I got to say, Judge has looked pretty good the last couple of games. He looks like
Stanton too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They unlocked it at the same time, I feel.
I will say Judge has kind of looked better than Stanton. Still only had that 1 grand slam. Judge is actually getting base hits and stuff. Not that I'm against Stanton. I'm just saying Judge has looked a little better.
Did you forget that he got on base 2 innings ago with a base hit?
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
That's the kind of stuff you got to remember. That's why you're not a true Stanton lover yet. You'll get there. Don't worry.
Oh man, you see, I kind of was. Yeah,
we're converting you. We're bringing you in. You subscribe to the thinking that a lot of selfish Yankee fans do, which is just because
I didn't boo him.
Just because Judge is a homegrown Yankee, that does not mean he is by default better than Giancarlo Stanton. Because Stanton and Judge both homered yesterday. They both have taken walks. The only difference was that Judge had a hit or 2 on the weekend when Stanton was over 10, but now they're both coming alive at the right moment, and that's all that matters.
This is a good discussion when we get our partner back next week.
Well, Josh is as big anti-Stanton as there is, so it will
No,
really
I'm just
become
saying, like,
who
I
can
mean, or you
sway
can.
E-Ray on what side, because you're gonna have Josh who's gonna be anti-Stanton until he dies, and me who is the king of the
So I guess
Stanton
it's up to
fans.
me. I mean, I'll just
Yeah,
say
you're the tiebreaker.
I'll say right now, like I think they're both. I think Judge is a better hitter than Stanton, in my opinion.
I agree.
I think he
I
has
can feel
better
that.
at bats than Stanton. So I took this conversation with a friend offline, and he thinks Stanton's the better hitter, but Judge has better at bats.
Well, here's the thing. I think Judge's swing allows him, at least personally speaking, to go the other way a little bit more, and that's something I don't think you see a lot with Stanton. But
Yeah.
you know, I think Judge has it going that he's a bit of a better outfielder, and he's been here a while, and the fan base knows who he is. But I think when they're on, if you ask me, the dominance that Stanton showed in 2017 proves that he can be an MVP, and that's why I love him so much. And he was Judge before Judge was around. He hit the ticker tape homers and stuff,
That's
So,
true.
From my perspective, I think that's worth thinking about or looking at. But that's a conversation for another day. We don't have to get bogged down in the Judge Stanton debate right before we wrap things up here.
Guardy, another 3-2 count for Gardner. He just
He's been good in the 3-hole today.
He actually has.
Here's the thing. Like I said, he takes pitches, he fouls stuff off. Oof.
Don't like
that one where I think it went.
Yeah, I think so too. You could tell from his face.
Yep. Anyway, that said, Gardner, he takes pitches, he works the count, he fouls stuff off. Here's the thing, if they're going to put him in the 3-hole because they're not moving the lefty out of the 3-hole, then Gardner will be a good change of pace from Hicks every now and then. I'll at least stand by and say that.
There we go, Gardner.
Hey, there you go. Base hit.
It's going to go all the way to the wall.
Yeah, that's going to be a double.
Oh, let's stay. I don't want him like hamstring or something like that.
Nope, me neither. Don't push it. You don't need to push it.
We're up 3-0. Like, there's no reason to push it.
Did Brad advance, or is he still on first? I think he might still have been first. I think he might have been able to cut that off right before he was able to go to second. No, he was able to get to second. All right. What do you think? If you're the O's, do you walk Stanton, pitch around him to try and get the Glaber?
Glaber's history against the O's, though, looks like they're.
That's true. Oh, he just missed that.
Remember, I don't think he's the play-by-play guy anymore.
Gary Thorne.
Yeah, I used to love watching his clips about Gleyber Torres.
Yeah, he would lose his crap about it.
I gotta tell you something. I might want to make the trip down there to Camden Yards this summer.
Ever been?
I love it. Yeah,
It's the best.
That was hit.
See, it was hard hit though.
He better not be getting booed.
He was on it.
No, he was on it. That was a hard hit.
That was hard hit. Sometimes you don't get those breaks,
This should be enough for Cole. It should.
Yes, I agree. So the Yankees get 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors and 2 men left on base as they're up 3-0. And that's going to do it for our little live OLIP episode. It's been fun, Ray. We're definitely going to have to continue to do this, not only just you and I, but hopefully when Josh is back. And once again, we send our condolences to him and the family issue that, he had to deal with today. And, we're always thinking of him because we're an OLIP family. But once he gets back, we're going to continue to do more of this. It's a long season. We still got 155 plus games to be able to do fun live Yankee podcasts. And then I guarantee during the playoffs, we're going to find a way to watch it together. So that way we can all enjoy it and be together and see what the heck's going on. But as always, you can find us wherever or whenever podcasts are. That includes Apple Podcasts. That includes Spotify. Home base, which is SoundCloud. And then we put all our episodes live on YouTube as well. And this will be on YouTube as an episode for the live that we did. And we'll also put this nice long 1.5 hour plus podcast on for the newest episode. So in case you weren't able to sit and watch with us, you'll at least be able to hear what a live episode of OLEP for a podcast sounds like as we watch the game together. We had a lot of interesting conversation today. So, E-Ray, I'll let you bring us home. Any good facts to end it, as you always seem to do?
You say today I don't because we're live, so I'm gonna keep that going to when we're not live because I actually have everything. So
I like that. He's Eric Ray Sepulveda. I'm Julian Coltree. We love you.